I don't have time really means I don't want to. If people said what they really meant when they turn you down for a phone call or a hang or something like that, they would say something along these lines. I have time to talk to you because I'm watching TV right now, but I don't want to talk to you because you're not adding value to my life. Maybe if you had more to offer, like money, maybe I would spend more time with you. Maybe you would hear from me more than you do. But I want genuine friendships. Either it's a business relationship or it's a friendship. If we are using each other, we're really not using each other because we're working together to better ourselves, to have a brighter future, a more successful future. If it's a two-way street, if it's a one-way street, somebody's getting used. And that's what I don't like. But when it comes to family and friends, I don't talk to anyone every day, not a single person. And it's not that we don't have time for one another, it's that we're making time for other things in our life that we deem more important than each other. That's what it truly is. Whenever I call someone who's not what I would consider to be a user, they'll text me back immediately and say, "Hey, I'm busy. I'll call you back later," and I'll hear from them that same night. But whenever someone either has no interest in talking to me, or they only want to talk to me when they have a question or they need something from me or assistance or something, then they'll tell me, "Oh, I'm busy right now. I'll talk to you later." A week will go by. I still haven't heard from them. So I'll text or call. If I call, they still won't answer. If I text, they're like, "I'm so sorry. I just have so much going on right now." Well, if you're making time to talk to anyone on the phone, you could make time for me. The same goes for me. If I make time to talk to anyone on the phone, I could make time for you. If we're not making time for one another, that's because we have other things that we deem more important at this moment in time. Now, if you make time to hit me up, to ask me for money, or to ask me for anything really, then why can't you hit me up just to see how I'm doing? Whenever I call people, I'm calling for one reason and one reason only. How are you? How is life? You're on my heart, you're on my mind. I care about you. I want to know how you're doing. A lot of times when I hear from people, they're like, "Oh, I need this from you. Oh, I need that from you." And it's like, well, what about Portia? How are you? What about that? Now, when it comes to my mom and my sister, of course they call to check up on me. I call to check up on them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about other people in the world that are not like required to check up on us, just like your friends. Like, whenever we think about our friends who are no longer in our circle, why are we no longer friends with them? Did we fall out or did we just lose touch? A lot of the times we just lose touch. I told myself years ago that I was going to stop chasing people and stop being the one to always reach out first, and I still do it. And when I do it, I beat myself up. I'm like, "Portia, you told yourself not to always be the person to reach out first. If I reach out first this time, maybe like even 2 times in a row, I'll wait to see if I hear from you. And if I haven't heard from you, that means I'm not a priority. I'm not going to be the one to always call and always text and always get that, 'I'm so sorry, I've been so busy.' But the second something good happens to me in my life, I get a flood of phone calls and text messages. The second something bad happens, I get a flood of phone calls and text messages. I'll get the question, 'How are you?' And then people want to know, well, what happened? What's the story? Maybe I'm not of value to these people's lives. And that does not give me fulfillment. I want to be valuable. So that's why I have you guys. I know some people think that that's so sad. I do have friends that I can call on if I need help. They can call on me if they need help. But whenever we're going through things, whenever we're going through our lives, we're not talking to each other daily. I don't have any friends that I talk to daily, and I miss that. It's like I really love that bestie friendship where we talk to each other all the time. We'll call each other and be like, "What are you doing right now? You want to come over? You want me to come over?" I miss having that. But now that we're growing older, I don't have that anymore. I just don't. For one, I don't have anyone that is in close proximity to where I live. So calling someone to just come over will be a 45-minute or an hour drive. So we think about that. We're so old, and it's like, oh, I don't want to drive that far just to see you, you know? And it's like, whenever your family and friends are important to you, of course you'll drive that far to see them and to hang out with them or spend the weekend. But when you're married and you've got kids, it's a lot harder to just go spend the night with your friends or just go hang out with your friends because you have a whole life. So I guess what I want is I want family and friends that live within a decent range of me. We live within a decent range of each other, like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, next door. I need people like that. But where can I find them? First, I gotta get out of this apartment. Once I get a house, maybe I can convince people to move closer, come live in this wonderful neighborhood we've created. I don't know. It's just a fantasy, it's just a dream, but some people live it. I want that. And of course, I am aiming to be a successful songwriter. So I need to surround myself with people that I believe in, people that haven't already made it, because they may think that I'm trying to use them, and I'm not at all like that. But how can I prove my character to someone who doesn't know me? You can't. So I want to surround myself with people who are where I am right now, working hard, busting their butt, trying to get where they want to be, but I actually believe in their talent too. Honestly, if I had to count, I only know 2 people that I would say are where I am right now, like struggling through life, trying to make it, having the dream of being a successful songwriter or producer or whatever, that they're where I am right now, but I believe that they have the potential of going where I believe I have the potential of going. Only 2. And I try to keep in touch with them, but it's like we're all so depressed. We're all so stressed because we're not where we want to be in life. And we're all experiencing the same thing, but we're still busting our asses to get where we want to be. And we call each other or text each other and be like, hey, I'm just checking on you. How's life? How's your music? How's this? How's that? We need to do this. We need to do that. But how often are we really getting together? We're not. Why? Because we're not within close proximity of one another. So I don't know what to do. I want people in my life that care about me, that love me for me, but I also want people in my life that are going through what I'm going through, and we can come out of this together. So what can I do? What can I do today? The only thing I can do is reach out to my loved ones, let them know that I love them, let them know that I care about them, and let them know that they are still on my mind and still on my heart. That's all I can do. I can call them if they're busy, wait for them to call me back and just play that game. But I don't want to keep a tablet. I called you last, now it's your turn. Or I texted you first the last time. When are you going to reach out to me and wonder how I'm doing? Yeah, it's just a game, and I don't want to play that. I just want to go through life, experience it, have fun, and be happy, be peaceful, and have serenity, have love, have peace. That's what I want. So I don't know what to do. But I know one thing, I do not want to be used. If somebody calls me and they're like, hey, I need $1,000, I give it to them. They call me again, I need another $1,000. Well, I don't have it. They call me again, you got 500? Nope, I don't have it. You're not gonna call me just because you need something. What about love? What about connections? What about life? What about experiences? Nobody wants to be used. Nobody. Unless, of course, it's in the way that you want to be used. But if you're getting something in return, again, you're not using each other. It's a two-way street. You're working together. There's a difference. There's a difference in a sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship. There's a difference in a business owner and employee relationship. You're working for the money, you're giving them the work, the job. You know what I'm saying? You're working together. I just wanted to come on here and express the way that I'm feeling. I've been seeing a lot of these YouTube videos, mainly from like ABBA and Preach. They've been covering those little stories, and I love their channel. So I've been watching their videos about, people saying that they don't have friends and things of that nature. And it's true. Like, I do like to hang out, but right now in my life, I don't want to go to bars every weekend. I don't want to go out to eat at a restaurant every night. I want to be at home working towards my future. And once I get where I want to be, people always say, you're not going to be happy when you get there. You're just going to want more. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe once I no longer have this burden of the post office hanging over my head, I have to go to work because Crystal won't let me quit. I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. I don't want to do this anymore. All the complaints that I have to give about my job, you guys know what I went through. It's like, I'm depressed. I'm not happy with that. I want to move on. I want to do something else. And every time I want to bring myself to go, I can't even go to sleep at night because I'm so worried about what if I die before I get away from this place. And that really makes me sad. That really makes me sad. So I'm like, what if I die tomorrow? What if I die next week? What if I die next month? When are my dreams gonna come true? They won't, because I'm dead. It's so morbid, but that's what I have to face, you know? So I do believe that if I am working on music and videos full time, I will feel fulfilled. I will feel like I'm putting something more into the world than just putting paper in somebody's mailbox. It's a great career. You can make some great long-lasting relationships with your coworkers, with even some management are good, shockingly. Not all, but some are good people. And and of course, the customers are very lovely, and we build connections with them as well. That's really nice, but I'm a creative person. Everyone in the world does not write songs. Everyone in the world does not paint. Everyone in the world does not write movie scripts and direct and make YouTube videos. Everyone in the world is not made for everything. So if a person is not creative, they don't have that desire. The post office is a beautiful, wonderful place to work at for the rest of your life. But because my desires are to write music, I've been writing songs since I was like in the 4th grade. It's what I want to do. It's what I do. It's who I am. And if I'm not doing it, I feel like my life is worthless. And then I start going down that downward spiral of depression. So that's the only reason why I want to break away from that, so that I can be happy. So when people do say, oh, once you get it, it's not going to be enough, you're going to want more, you're wrong. I would be happy making $5,000 a month to do what I love. That's what I make at the post office. I'm in Texas. My rent is like $1,800 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. And I make $5,000 a month before taxes and deductions. After, my take home is only $3,000. You tell me that's not depressing? That's depressing. And you could see our pay online. Everything is public knowledge, so you can see it all. But that's what I make. I think I'm a level 4. My route is evaluated at 43 hours a week. How can I be happy doing that when all I want to do is write music and make YouTube videos? How can I be happy doing that? Sometimes I am happy in my truck. I'm singing, I'm talking to customers, I'm having a good day. But the moment I remember I have to come back and do this again tomorrow, I get so sad. Like, where's the music? Where is that? That's what I want to do. So yeah. I was all over the place in this video, as I always am. But when I do make it, and it's coming soon. When I make it as a successful songwriter, even making $5,000 a month to write songs, once I get to that point, I don't want people coming to me just because they need something. I want people coming to me because they want to see how I'm doing, because they love me, because they care. And I do the same. And I hope that you guys have that in your life. And if you don't, man, we've got to get somewhere to find it. somebody within close proximity who's just like us, that we can have good, healthy, long-lasting relationships with. That's what I desire. But I gotta get to my doctor's appointment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.